Greeting to all the students. Welcome to Global Online. Here we are back with our NTA UGC Net Paper 1 preparation for your 2022 batch. And the topic for the day is higher education system. In higher education system, we are going to discuss certain important topics which will be important for a last minute revision from examination point of view. So I just request you to ensure that you watch this video till end to make sure that the details have been properly captured to crack the examination. Before we go ahead, a quick announcement for a 30 days test series which has been started by Global Online. Now this 30 days test series that is basically to help you to crack your paper 1, which will be consisting of 30 mock test with solution, which will be also consisting of unit wise mock test and the guaranteed questions. This is all available on app also, or you can just get in touch with us with the help of the given WhatsApp number. So here the WhatsApp number is given. You can get in touch with us. We have a complete crash course also for paper 1 consisting of daily live lectures, notes on all the topics, last 10-year question papers with answer key, as well as test series consisting of more than 3,500 questions. You can download this with the help of Global Online app, or you can also ping us on the given WhatsApp number. To go on the app, you can just see over here with the help of Google Play Store, you can download the app Global Online. This is the interface which you will look at. You can go with the courses. If you want to select course 1, once you select the course 1, you'll be having all the folders unit wise, and the folders are consisting of theory lectures, MCQ lectures, notes, mock test, and evaluation test. Evaluation tests are taken as in practice so that it will help you to get all the questions very well as per the examination preparation. We also have the topics, that is, we also have paper 2 notes and MCQs available, which is reflected on the screen. So you can go for this in case if your sub paper 2 is with this detail. Right now 30% off is going on paper 1 as well as on paper 2, so you can grab the opportunity and you can get in touch with us with the help of the given WhatsApp number. So now let's quickly understand this higher education topic. So higher education, basically you get 5 questions. 5 questions, you have total marks as 10. And the syllabus for this is higher education is institutions of higher learning and education in ancient India, evolution of higher learning and research in post-independence India, Oriental conventional and non-conventional learning, professional technical skills, value education and environmental education, policies, governance and administration. So out of this, we are going to take one topic, only one topic today. So it will give you a clear understanding of topic and help you to understand the things very well. So the topic which we are going to take is higher education. So before we go to the topic, let's clearly understand what is the role of higher education. Now here, from this particular slide, you can get an questions in the form of code. So enhancement of gross enrollment ratio. So gross enrollment ratio, that is currently, which was 27.1, is expected to rise to 29%, which is not yet found out, but 29% expected rise is 29.2. To improve the quality, to promote academic reforms, that is, higher education basically has the focus on improving the enrollment ratio, to focus on academics, to improve the quality of education by expanding the academics institution, setting up new academic institutions, getting up technology, updated technology, having vocational education and skill development programs to develop Indian languages, as well as to collaborate in the educational field. So these are the basic, things which are a part of what objective you can say, or definitely, required for the higher education. Now, the structure of higher education, which is very, very important. You can get this question in the form of MCQs. You can get it in the form of match the following. So you should be able to answer this very well. So the structure of higher education system, it's, school education and literacy, primary education, secondary education, senior education. Higher education, we have tertiary education, which is academic degrees, professional degrees, technical degrees, vocational education in the form of skill-based education. So you can see higher education is divided as primary, secondary, higher secondary, graduation, and post-graduation. So primary, that is from the age group of 6 to 11, secondary, that is 11 to 15, higher secondary, that is 16 to 17, graduation 17 to 22, and later on we have the post graduation. But years are not, because I mean to say any student who is going with a gap or a dropout can definitely have crossed the age. So here only the course details are given. Then you have next is what is exactly academic degrees, or what is a non-professional, it is also called as non-professional education, which is based on theory, which is based on, that is basically bachelor's of arts, bachelor's of science, and then we have that is MA, or you can tell us as MPhil. So these are all the academic degrees. They are non-professional education, they are just a gateway. It provides education and knowledge on the specific subject after the student can pursue masters or professional courses. So they help us to give, more career options, help us to specialize, or it helps us. It does not makes you job ready. They are just a gateway. Professionally, you need to be, reach at certain point of time in order to get yourself, well versed with the things. Next one we have is the professional education. So professional education is basically from the career point of view, that is in the form of law, medicine, or pharmaceutic. It has, a formal approach. The examples of professional educations are like LLB, BEd, BDS, that is chartered accountant. Now, these professional educations have certain goals, like, for example, incorporating knowledge and values with a professional discipline, understanding the concepts, principles, and techniques properly, attending a level of competency which is really important in order to, enter into professional practice, and accept the responsibility for the continuous development. So yes, professional education also plays an important role with a different objective, the way the non-professional education plays. So you should know this very well, that professional and non-professional education both are you can get code questions, you can get them as the following questions. This is very, very important for you to ensure that the things are properly understood, whether it is professional or non-professional, with the help of examples or normal objectives also. Next we have is technical education. So technical education is the one where students always get confused. It is something which emphasizes on understanding the practical applicability. It helps, various programs. So it can be in the form of engineering, technology, architect, applied arts and craft. It is the apex body, which is, apex body of technical education is All India Council for Technical Education, which is set up in 1945 and which was established in 1987. Here again we have different set of educations, like formal education, non-formal education, which we have done in the form of a quick revision, but today we are going to do it little detail. So formal education, where we have elementary or primary education, which is basically child centered, and it is up to 14 years. Secondary education is where the children have understanding of the rights and duties. Then we have tertiary education, which is a combination of higher and vocational education. So when we say higher education, that is commerce, arts and science, professional education, engineering and medical. Then we have vocational education, that is specialized education, and new and emerging education, that is to travelism, aviation, hospitality, and retail industry. So this is what the actual structure is. So when we say formal, elementary, secondary education and tertiary education are apart. So what tertiary education is divided, that also you have a clear understanding. So this can be in the form of high chances can be in the form of match the following. We should be able to properly understand it. Then we have levels of qualification. So yes, this is something which you have to be very specific. So let's quickly have a look at this. So undergraduate, which is 3 years, okay, bachelor's degree, postgraduate, that is master's degree, and research, that is PhD. So we have diplomas as well as chartered accountancies, which is a part of your principal levels of qualification, higher education. but how this is evolved. So let's quickly have a look on the evaluation also. This is a short. This is will help you to give, a clear understanding, because ancient education, you have one question. So this much can help you to keep the things in mind. So evolution of higher education, that is, with the help of Vedic age. Sanskrit was the medium in the Vedic system. Pali was the another medium in Buddhist system. So Vedic system we had Sanskrit, Buddhist system we had Pali. Ancient literature like Vedas, Brahmanas, and Upanishads, they were revealed. That was the highest knowledge to mankind through ancient rishis. Gurukul was the house of the teacher. Gurukul was treated as the house of the teacher. Goshti was the conference which was summoned by great king. Vidyapita was the educational institution for spiritual aspects by the great Acharya. Vihara, the was considered as the Buddhist monastery, and Vikramshala, Vikramshila, which was famous for religious teaching. So this was basically a small overview about higher education system, but with respect to ancient education system. So here also there are a lot of questions. You should be very prepared. That's the reason a very crisp form of notes is made. So just to make you remember which language, what evolution, the system, and the religious teaching. So different periods like Gupta period, where we have Nalanda, Takshila, Ujjain. So Nalanda, that is all branches of knowledge. Takshila, medicine. Ujjain, that is astronomy and mathematics. Buddhism, Pali language. Sarnath University, that is studying Buddhism. Ajanta, which is basically art, architecture, and painting. Mughal period, establishment of primary, secondary schools and colleges. Education system was based on Hindu philosophy. And so the example also is given. So in 2006, Singapore, India, China, Japan, and others, they have a proposed plan to restore and revive the ancient site as Nalanda International University. So you can just find out the importance of these, education in different periods. Now, indicators, yes, this is very important topic where you can see the questions from. So educational density, it is number of colleges that is divided as per lakh students. Gross enrollment ratio, that is number of students who have enrolled in any institution at different levels. So based on that, we find out the gross enrollment ratio. Then pupil teacher ratio, where the number of students who attend the class or the university or a school divided by the number of teachers in the institutions. Gender parity index. Now, only thing is that in the coming lecture, I will definitely take out the indexes also of this, which will help you out to understand well. So gender parity index, that is socio-economic measures with access to education for males as well as females. And when we talk about per expenditure, student expenditure, so it is basically on average, that is general government expenditure as per the given level of education, which is expressed in the percentage form of GDP, that is the gross domestic product. Now, in India, we have normally 32 pupils per teacher in primary section. The ratio is lower for the tertiary education. That is right now it is 24. So you need to keep this also in mind. There can be definitely questions out of this also. So right now, yes, India is, we have a 2021 statistics. India is ranked 140th among 156 nation. This is for, third worst performer. So ranking of India. So South Asian countries with Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Bangladesh is, at top. So yes, India has to be improved with the help of its ranking with respect to, definitely coming ahead in the best performance. So gross enrollment ratio, as I said, we have the latest data, which is 27.1. Expected is 29%. How is it calculated? This was one of the question in the previous year. Number of population between 18 to 23 divided by number of population who was enrolled in higher education. So the target for 2035 of gross enrollment ratio is 50%. So you're supposed to reach up to 50%. Yes, so we have next is conventional level of education, where we have brick to mortar classroom. That is a normal custom of education, which is based on what campus education, regular attendance, a prescribed curriculum, emphasizing on teaching and not more on learning, teacher-centered learning, student, learning through listening and observation, student assessment in the traditional way, that is in the form of written examination. Same time, non-conventional is the one which helps you to understand, the various activities which goes on fixed time in the classroom. Distance learning characteristics are learner oriented, no fixed curriculum, cost effective, continuous improvement. And this is basically done to give a support to the youth, as well as to the women's and the tribal and the minority, in order to ensure that the things are the education has been spread to all the groups. Orientalism. So when we talk about Orientalism, yes, there was a question on this. Orientalism talks about, the European scholars who are studied at, who studies ancient languages and cultures, basically understanding the historical and literacy, middle of Eastern studies and ancient studies. So these are the one which are the specialists in the subjects which embraces culture, languages, people, history, and archaeology. So yes, this is a small topic which I have taken today, but in detail. In the coming classes, we will be just seeing a proper analysis, and then we will accordingly, plan the analysis video, which is also there. So you can see in the description, video analysis link is there on the topics. And if higher education, we can definitely bring out more topics for higher education also. Thank you, everyone.